Hello, this is Helen Weedon from the SATCOM's Innovation Group. I'm here today with Joakim Espeland from QuadSAT. QuadSAT is a really small, new, innovative company based in Denmark, doing some great stuff with antenna testing using drone technology. So I'm excited to hear more from Joakim about everything that they've been working on over the past few months. So, hello, Joakim.
Hi, Helen. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good, good. Thanks for having me.
So I think one of the important questions to start with is looking at how important is antenna testing, and tied with that, what are the challenges that the industry is facing today with that?
So when we look at antenna testing today, it's quite difficult, but it's very important. Any new antenna model that wants to go on a satellite fleet needs to be characterized in a way so that satellite operators can understand how they work and can then take this into account when they make the link budget. So it's really important that new antennas get characterized, but it's also important to test your antennas along the way and see how they perform. So this is to not create interference in space, to have in geostationary orbit, the satellites are spaced 2 degrees apart. So if the antennas are radiating not as they should be, they might be radiating over on the wrong satellite. So these are the things that we're trying to avoid, especially when we have more capacity going through the antennas and more power on the transmissions.
So how does QuadSAT's technology differ from other ways of testing antennas?
So when we look at the traditional ways of testing antennas, we typically ship an antenna to a test range or a test laboratory where the tests are done with extreme precision. In QuadSAT, we have been looking at what it is that they're testing and then discussing with the customers with their needs of testing. What we've tried to do is to identify exactly where does the acceptable testing fall, and then build the right frequency range of satellite industry into that. And that makes it so that we can build a much smaller device for testing than what is used on larger, more advanced test ranges. And this has led us to be able to put it on a payload that we can mount on a drone. So that is where QuadSAT's technology differs from the current technologies that are today. That's not to say that you can replace the test ranges and that they still need to work on scientific breakthroughs. They still need to work on advanced antenna designs. But QuadSAT can come in and help take away this method or this process of testing antennas and getting into the network, so we get that more quickly. Additionally to that, QuadSAT has developed our software that is focused on how you fly the drone. So basically, you put in where is the antenna, what frequency are you testing, what is the size of the antenna, and what kind of test you want to do. From there, the flight mission plans out an autonomous flight route. So the operator just have to hit a switch, and the drone goes out and flies the route by itself. From there, it comes back and it lands again, and you use again the QuadSAT software to look and review the results. You can lay over masks from the ITU or the SOMAP or different other satellite operators' own masks to actually see if your antenna complies. This data can be stored in your own database, so you can review those results later, and you can come back to the same antenna and you can see how it's changed in performance over time.
So that sounds such a big change for the industry, and I imagine it'll have an impact for every different part. So, what does that mean for, say, the satellite operators?
So for satellite operators, it means that they can now have an easy way of accessing test data on the antennas that they would like to. It also means that they can test antennas that are already in the field where they have doubts on the performance. But I think most important to satellite operators and the people that are working there is the fact that they now get one format on all the testing. So we work now in a very digital world where you have been used to having test data provided as a thick report with all the test data coming down. In QuadSAT, we deliver a database where you can log in and you can view the results as you would like, based on which kind of formatting and these kind of things that you can have. So you will basically have one place where you can have all your test results. You can also upload other results that you have from laboratories there, as long as you have them in an Excel or another known file format.
Wow, so you can definitely see why QuadSAT has received a considerable amount of investment, and you've just completed a round recently. So what does that mean now for QuadSAT?
So from the beginning, since Andrea and I left university, we have been focusing on getting this technology to work. We've looked at the algorithms that are required, what actually happens when you instead of moving an antenna or moving a probe, you're actually moving a drone. What are the impacts of the environment, and how can you actually overcome these things? So this has been done through a lot of prototyping, a lot of testing, and looking at data, and also working with the customers to understand exactly what is it that they want, what exactly is it that they need to measure to be sure that their antenna is performing correctly. We feel that we've reached a point now where we figure that out, and we have locked our design and we're bringing it into production. So now we want to take this solution that is quite scalable for the industry to have, so that we can offer this out not only for QuadSAT to have and go around and validate antenna, but actually that antenna manufacturer has a new and cost-effective way to actually have testing in-house. And this is really what we want how we want to start out our journey, is by offering access to more testing, that you can do more testing, because our understanding with talking through the industry is that they do not have access to enough testing, and if it was possible, they would like to do more. But due to the current setup and the processes as it has been, is that's not so easy to do, because there's costs and logistics involved, and sometimes a drone measurement can do this job just as well.
Great. So basically you're now taking that, what was a service, and it's going to be a product that people can literally buy and use to test antennas wherever in the world.
Yeah, that's correct. From March 2021, we will be able to start delivering this product to our customers, so they can fly it themselves. You only need a drone license before you get this, and you can get that in any country, and it's quite a simple process. I did it myself some years ago here in Denmark. It took me actually a week then. That has been shortened down, and in US and Europe. In US they already have, I think it's a day, a classroom day, and Europe is going early next year for just being an online test that you fill out.
Great, exciting times. I am sure that a lot of the industry will be watching QuadSAT with interest. Thank you very much, Joakim.
Thank you, Helen.